First thing that comes to mind is, of course, his intelligence and his ability to take his theoretical knowledge and apply it to industry. But in reality, it's just his down-to-earth kindness. He is just such an authentically warm person.
His commitment to UC San Diego is deep and unwavering. He exudes generosity, humility, commitment, deep intelligence. That particular combination is what makes him a remarkable person, a remarkable academic, remarkable business person, and of course a remarkable alumnus of UC San Diego.
My experience here at UC San Diego prepared me for what ended up being a pretty good career. I saw in the economics department, I saw amongst my PhD advisors and the faculty, they worked together, they collaborated, they valued each other, they valued us as individuals. And so when I graduated and ended up at the University of Arizona and ultimately at BlackRock, I tried to do exactly the same thing. I tried to model the coaching, the mentoring, the nurturing, the building of relationships, essentially valuing people above everything else. It defined my career.
And what many people today don't know, because they know him as a senior figure from industry, they don't realize what an accomplished scholar. He was a world-class scholar. In fact, there's a statistical model known as the BEKK model. The last K is for Kroner. So this grew out of a paper that Ken published in 1995 with Rob Engel, a UC San Diego Nobel Prize winner.
One of the things that I loved doing as more than anything else was really working with PhD students. And one of the absolute best things about that was Ken Kroner, and he had a substantial impact on the academic field and pushing the frontier, but I think his impact on the practitioner world was even greater. The work that he was doing has become the mainstream of almost all portfolio theory now.
He could do theory, mathematics, economics, but I came to learn there's a deeper, more very personal aspect to Ken.
My dad, he escaped from the Nazis when he was 14 years old. So when his son graduated and became a professor, he was so proud. So he and my mom were visiting us one Christmas, and he cornered me and started telling me about his retirement portfolio. And he was going through all 6 funds he had invested in. And then he got to the end of the monologue, and he said, "But Ken," this is verbatim, I'll never forget this, "But Ken, the best investment I've ever made is the AGF 2020 fund." And I said, "Dad, that's my fund. I am the portfolio manager for that fund. I'm the person who decides what gets bought and what gets sold inside of that fund." For me, it made me realize that ultimately I'm managing money for individuals, not for companies and for corporations. And if I do my job well, then he gets a good retirement. If I do my job well, then the policemen, the firefighters, and the teachers can retire comfortably. And that was meaningful for me because it sort of defined my purpose as a investor.
When Ken and I were both at BlackRock, we talked a couple of times about we're doing research and we carry it to our largest clients, but we felt, why aren't academics doing this kind of work? It's so important. Ken is the one who had the idea for the center, had the initiative to make it happen, and also the generosity to make it happen. The mission of the Kroner Center is to bring the power of academia to help these decision makers do a better job of managing the funds that are under their control for the benefit of their beneficiaries.
They bring together the theoretical and analytical expertise with the problems that need to be solved. All of the papers that they have funded are the type of work that gets published in the top journals, but also will be read by industry professionals.
So the center, of course, is now up and running. It's had several years of bringing together researchers. We decided it would be a partnership between School of Social Sciences and Rating, School of Management. took someone with commitment, vision, experience to show UC San Diego how do we build something that would have an impact that will last for far longer than I will be doing that impact in the strongest sense of the word.
So Chancellor Koslak asked if I would co-chair the campaign for UC San Diego. I went back after that breakfast and Jennifer and I talked, and I remember telling her that when I was a PhD student, I had a 4:00 meeting every Thursday afternoon with my PhD advisor, Rob Engel, and what seemed like 20, 30 minutes later, the blackboard's full of equations and thoughts and arguing and discussing and brainstorming, until invariably he'd get a call from his wife, Marianne, saying, "Hey, Rob, it's 7:00. Are you coming home for dinner or not?" That's the kind of investment that Rob and Marianne and this institution made in me, and we need to invest back in the institution.
So I think for any campaign and for philanthropy in general, one needs to get the next generation and the generation below that involved. Anyone's interest in it and then increasing support over the years provides the leadership to others. You're not just saying something, you're doing something. And he's managed to do a wonderful job.
I'm really proud of the success we had in our capital campaign. Ultimately we raised $3 billion on a target of $2 billion. But we also expanded the network. It made it really easy for us to build an extremely strong, powerful network of alum who really helped to lead the campaign. UC San Diego is one of the top 5 public research universities in the nation. That's something we should be really proud of, because what that means is we here at UC San Diego are having an impact on the world around us. We are making the world better. We're making it more sustainable. That's something I'm just proud of that. I'm excited to be a part of UC San Diego for that reason.